Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 245.
It's moving day once again, and of course we are very sad to be leaving our deluxe room here at Boardwalk with club level access, but we are going to a very cool room. We are going to a 3-bedroom grand villa at Grand Floridian, so that kind of makes up for it. I mean, it's a really cool room. We don't get food included, but still a cool room. So we got everything packed up this morning, and all of us went down to the club level lounge for breakfast, enjoyed as much breakfast as we could. All of us had tons of options to choose from. And then we went back to the room and called Bell Services to transfer all of our luggage over to Grand Floridian. Then we went and hung out in the lounge until it was time for lunch to see what our options were today. It was pretty similar to days before, so we grabbed a couple sandwiches and some chips, and then Robert and I headed over to Grand Floridian while his sister, brother-in-law, and our niece stayed there at Boardwalk. They're gonna kind of walk around the resort, check it out, and just kind of hang out there because we can't have them in the room while we're doing a room tour, so they figured they'll just stay at Boardwalk for now, that way they can enjoy dinner as well. I don't blame them. So we took an Uber over to Grand Floridian, we got checked in, and our room was ready, which is shocking because Grand Villas are never ready early because they're so big, it takes so long to clean them. But no one had stayed in it the night before because Hurricane Dorian is possibly coming through. So they had a lot of cancellations. So we were able to get in our room early, which was amazing. So we went up to our room. We had a gorgeous view from all of our balconies. We took pictures all around the room, took 360 pictures, and of course did a room tour for Facebook and YouTube.
So we walk into the master suite and we have a king bed in here. We also have I guess you can't really count it as a hidden Mickey because, you know, it's towels that the housekeeper left us, but we have a hidden Mickey there on the bed. We're gonna count it because we love finding those. It's always a great little touch to have in the rooms. So your master, you have your king bed with those same Grand Floridian logo pillows. You get this little bench at the end of the bed, which is actually quite comfortable to sit on. And then you have a cabinet over here with your TV on it, and then some storage space down below. If you'd like to see that entire room tour, it is linked in the description below and up there in the corner, and it is really long because this room is really big. Oh my goodness, we had no idea how big this room was going to be. There's even an extra room here that's like an entertainment room with a big couch and a TV and everything, and it pulls out into a bed. So instead of having your couch in the living room, if you've got extra guests staying here, they can actually have their own bedroom, which is the entertainment room, which is pretty cool. We texted my sister and said, hey, if you guys want to come over anytime, the room's ready. We did our tour, so you're welcome to come on whenever. And they were like, well, we've got food here, so we're gonna stay here until at least dinner, and then we'll head over there sometime after dinner. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, we have a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party tonight, so we'll see you after we get back from the party. You'll probably be in the room at that point. We couldn't call Bell Services at this point because our luggage had not yet made it from the transfer. It is still early in the afternoon, so we figured we'd call them a little bit later on and hopefully get our costume stuff out of there and find something we can wear for the party. Then we spent the rest of the afternoon working. We did have this gigantic room, so we used like one small portion of it to set up and sit in the corner and work. I was working on some client stuff, and Alyssa was working on the newsletter that we send out every week, trying to get that ready to go. And we were both answering a ton of messages on Facebook and Instagram because everyone was messaging saying, what are you guys gonna do? I heard there's a hurricane coming. It's gonna wipe Florida out. What are you doing? Are you leaving Disney? And we're just like, no, we're good. We're here. Like, no one here is worried about it. And since no one who lives here is worried about it, we're not worried about it. It's when the locals start getting worried that we would get concerned. At this point, Disney had only said that they were closing the parks early tomorrow, not closing the parks altogether. They had canceled the fireworks for tonight, but they were still having the Halloween party. Overall, we were here through Hurricane Irma, so we know what it's like when a big hurricane comes through and they shut everything down for a few days. This does not feel like that at all, and it doesn't look the same on the projections either. So we weren't concerned, but we were really thankful everyone else was concerned for us. We just had to message back and say, nope, we're fine. We're going to be here. It'll be good. We're just going to chill in the room until the hurricane passes, and then we'll go back out to the parks whenever they reopen.
Later in the afternoon, we called Bell Services and they brought all of our luggage up, and we actually stayed in the room longer than we had planned, but we were both getting work done. We were being really productive, and because we have all night for the Halloween party and we've been many times, we did not feel like we needed to be there right at the start. So we were here when his sister and brother-in-law and our niece came over. We were all in the room talking about our plans and different things, and they said, oh my goodness, we have to tell you what happened today. We're like, oh, what happened? Was everything okay? They're like, yes. We were in the club level lounge just sitting there, and the manager started talking to us, and we told her how we know you because we're related, and she started chatting with us, asking what our plans are. Well, because they came down earlier than they had planned, they didn't have park tickets for the next few days. They start several days later. So they're just gonna kind of hang out in the room and just kind of enjoy the resorts for the next few days. And when the manager found out, she's like, well, there's a chance you might not get to use all your tickets because the parks may be closed, and I would hate to see that, so I'm gonna give you a park ticket for tomorrow so you guys can go. I know it's not gonna be a full park day because they did limit the hours, but at least you can go for a little bit and not have to just stay in the room the whole day. They were blown away, and we were so shocked. It was so sweet and such a sweet thing to do. Definitely a pixie dust moment. It was amazing. And while we're all sitting there talking, we look over and our niece was playing with all the magic bands we had because we were getting all of them out, like this one's yours, and we look over and she just kind of had all of them, and she had claimed them all, and it was amazing. And as it turns out, she did play with them the entire trip. It became her favorite toy, and we kept laughing because we're like, I'm sorry, we didn't mean to make that her toy, but at least it's not expensive, right?
After we got settled in with them, we did get ready and go over to the party. Thankfully, just a quick monorail stop away to the Magic Kingdom. We got there and headed in, and we didn't have a whole lot planned for this party. We're not planning to stay the entire night or anything like that. They did cancel the fireworks, so we know we're not going to see those. So we just decided to keep it kind of chill and only try and do a couple things tonight.
We were really surprised at how few people were at the party tonight. It was very empty. There were very low wait times for pretty much everything. But the first thing I had to go do was go to the Monsters, Inc. dance party. I was really hoping to see Boo because, well, I'm dressed as Boo tonight. And sure enough, Boo was there, and so we had our own little dance party, which Robert recorded, thankfully, because I was just having the best time. Because Boo is the cutest little dancer anyway, because, I mean, you can't do much in her little costume, but we were just having the best time. I absolutely loved it. And then we looked over, and Lotso was out and had no line, and we're like, well, we haven't taken a picture with Lotso, let's go over there. So we went and took some pictures with Lotso, and it is true, Lotso smells like strawberries.
It's very strange.
We hugged him, so we can verify that. It is strange because like it really does smell like strawberries. It doesn't smell like fake strawberries.
After we saw Lotso, we went over to Space Mountain because like she said, the wait times are super low, and it's basically a walk-on, which hasn't happened even at the party the last several times. So we're like, hey, it's here, we're here, let's ride Space Mountain. Now for the Halloween party, they do something special at Space Mountain. They change the music and they turn all the lights off. It is completely pitch black in the entire ride except when the flash goes off at the very beginning for the picture. So it kind of blinds you because it's been totally dark. But we were excited because we haven't ridden it this way before. So on the ride, we took a selfie, and then we took a selfie with the flash on because you couldn't see anything in the first one. And then of course we got the ride photo as well. It was really cool in the dark. I'd say it's definitely a little bit worse in the dark. It's eerier, and it also like jerks you around more because you don't anticipate anything. Normally you can kind of get an idea of where you're, no idea in the pitch black unless you have the track memorized.
While we were over here, of course, we had to go through the line by Carousel of Progress and get some go-go squeeze for Robert. We then crossed the park and headed over to the Disney Junior Dance Party. I wanted to get some good pictures of the characters there because I haven't gotten great ones yet, and I was hoping there wouldn't be a ton of people there because I try not to get too many pictures and video with little kids in them. I was able to get pictures of all the characters over there, which was a lot of fun, and it's actually a really good dance party. The DJ does a great job, especially considering it's for little kids. They do a really good job keeping everyone entertained and involved. And right over there is also Minnie Mouse, and I have not taken a picture with her yet at the Halloween party, and she basically had no wait. So we headed over and took some pictures with Minnie Mouse. She looks so adorable in her costume, and I love Minnie Mouse anytime, any costume she wears, I want pictures with her because she is the cutest. After
we got those pictures, we went back to the front of the park, and they did have the special Halloween fireworks projections on the castle, just none of the pyrotechnics to go with it. It was just the projection show. So we stood there and watched it. We were like, oh, let's just watch it and see how it is. And it was pretty cool because you got to notice a lot more of the projection show since you weren't looking up at the fireworks and back down at the castle constantly. But at the same time, it was very underwhelming when you're used to seeing it with fireworks. So it was cool, but I'm glad they have fireworks most of the time.
I agree. It's a lot better with fireworks, but there were things we noticed for the first time, even though we've seen it multiple times. We headed down Main Street and of course made a stop so that I could get my allergy-friendly candy, and hopped on the monorail and went back to our 3-bedroom grand villa to see his family. And that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.